Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Coffee Conversation Sri Shakti, powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF, Lions Club of Mumbai Shining, India Business Group IBG, Indian Chamber of International Business ICIB, and Prime Infotech Solution. I am Jolly Singh, associate with Prime Infotech Solution, and today I will be taking up the conversation with Nabomita Mazumdar, a trailblazer in HR, community management, and entrepreneurship, as our guest. Nabomita Mazumdar is President of India Awardee, founder Nabomita.com. Today, our topic for the discussion would be empowering success in the future of work. So a very warm welcome, Nabomita ma'am. Our format is first we cover your professional journey, then we come to the personal journey questions, and then we end this conversation with a fun rapid fire round. So let's get started with today's conversation with a very warm welcome. And my first question to you would be, ma'am, that what does it mean to you to be recognized as a top 20 HR influencer in social media since 2013?
Oh, wow. Honestly, Jolly, I did not dream it. I did not imagine it. And I don't think this is exactly what I started working out for. It was a part of my professional journey, which I'm extremely grateful for because every part of it had been a learning. So if you say to explain it in one sentence, well, it's a lot of hard work acknowledged, and that's exactly how I feel.
Okay. So, how do you address the future of work, social media, community management, HR startup, technology, and personal excellence in your work?
Okay, I run a platform called Nabomita.com. It is evangelist platform where we evangelize brand, cause, and product. Now, essentially, since this is an effort, an initiative to ensure that the end users become the ambassadors to the service, to the product that we're talking about, it includes every word of what you just said, right? So that way it becomes my work easy, and yes, it actually brings in a lot of satisfaction because every creator or every maker, when they make a product, they have a view to how it should be. But then that's not where the journey ends. Until and unless your end user define your service or your product, you don't really get to take it ahead. So that's our part in the business, and we are grateful for it.
Great, ma'am. As a global goodwill ambassador for LinkedIn, what initiatives have you undertaken to make a positive impact?
Okay, I'm grateful to the work that I do, which is beyond geographies and beyond boundaries of any nation. We work with clients, we work with companies and brands across the geographies. We have worked with 150 brands so far, and essentially every brand bring in a learning that we sitting in our own land wouldn't realize until and unless either we go there or we work with them. So yes, as an goodwill ambassador or as a change maker or whatever you want to call me, my effort had been to create that level playing field to everyone across geographies, across boundaries. The values that is brought to table are acknowledged, and there's a huge amount of businesses that are created. So through all these Chamber of Commerce that I'm grateful to be a part of, I'm a national chairman to CIMSME, and I'm a board advisor to African Asian Chamber of Commerce. Through all these roles and beyond that, through my business, the kind of change that I get to make, I think that's the biggest takeaway. So, and I'm grateful that I got to do so. I got to connect businesses to businesses. I got to connect revenue to opportunity, right? A company who had the best of the services and was trying to get their product across nations. I think I'm grateful that I was the one who was facilitating, and I was the one who was connecting it. So, and it's a tremendous, it gives me tremendous joy to see business across geographies working. So yeah, I think at the end of it, yes, beyond every vision and great thought, it also pays me well.
So, ma'am, you have delivered the TEDx talk. So, Would you like to explain our audience what was the topic and what was the most memorable moment for you while you were delivering the talk?
Okay. Every every TED talk or TEDx talk is a journey, right? When you are given a topic, trust me, you will have no clue on, no matter how many speeches you have delivered, you will have no clue how to go about this. And interestingly, each of my topics have been a journey of its own. The first one was about future of work. The second one was about design in future of work. The third one was about the entrepreneurship, the butterfly effect. The fourth one was about the journey that an entrepreneur would take. The fifth one was about the future of OTT. I run a media technology company, so that's exactly where where exactly even I realized where my future lies. And the sixth one was about being rejected, right? So the entire, all six talks so far had been a journey, had been extremely fulfilling. Yes, all these speeches have their own guidelines to follow, have their own set standard to follow. Uh, it is a privilege to understand those guidelines and stick to those rules, because at the end of the day, the end result is amazing. One of the most remarkable one was the future of OTT, right? Yes, talking about my journey, talking about how my company was created and my rejections surviving through them was absolutely cathartic. But then the future of OTT was one talk which I thought I have to approach it by talking to different VCs, talking to investors who are investing on Netflix and Amazon Prime. But then I realized those were just numbers, and that was not leading me to anywhere. It was just leading me to what exactly is happening right now. That was the point of time. My best friend, she mentioned to me something about a band called BTS. I was unaware of it. It was 2019. I was unaware of BTS back in that point of time. And since you mentioned it, I started digging. I saw the way they were completely redefining entertainment, and it was such an honor to research about them. I literally became a fan of that band, and when I delivered the speech trended internationally for a day. So, when I saw that the international trending on Twitter, I was taken aback. I'm grateful to every army, BTS army, who went and shared my speech and talked about it and tweeted about it. But that's not the kind of result that I imagined, expected, or was working towards. I was just working towards an idea. I was on a journey to find what the future is, and I'm amazed to how it turned out exactly the way we turned. We are at completely at awe, completely in awe when we see the future. So that's what I would want to say.
So, ma'am, how do you approach building community partnerships and community building?
Interesting. Okay. Jolly, first and foremost, what comes into your mind when you say a community? What comes to your mind? What do you think?
A group of people who share the same interests, have same approach towards something. That is what I associate the word community with.
Perfect. That's all what it takes to build a community. Empathy, right? If you're in the business of building communities, all that you do is to identify a common thread that brings people in, right? Tribes are natural. No, we did not have to make tribes. Human beings form tribes naturally. So that's exactly how communities are formed. To me, the entire building a community was a journey, but again, a journey, because when I first realized there's a burning need to something, it could be a reason, it could be a cause, it could be a community of product, it could be a community of practice, or all these jargons, whatever the vocab or the dictionary wants us to follow. At the end of the day, it's just a group of human beings in flesh and bones, passionate or in search of a solution. That's what community building is all about. That's what I have been doing. I'm grateful to have managed and created community of 1 million, 3 million, 10 million, 33 million. I serve more than more than 1 million, more than a million people a day. My content reaches to 66 million. I'm grateful for that. But those are numbers that happens over a period of time. At the end of the day, each of those number are human beings in flesh and bones.
Yes. Absolutely. Every number that you touch is means that that particular number of people are being associated with you and are being welcomed in your community that you are building with yourself. So, ma'am, how do you stay motivated and continuously adapt to the ever-changing landscape of work and technology?
Okay. Honestly, tech inspires me. Right? I can stay all night trying a new tech product, and trust me, that's what I do most of the time. Right? If you think I have a great social life, well, my social life is essentially trying out these new social products. Right? I love my friends. I love my group of people who are always cheering me up. Everyone, all my friends, each and every one of them, my family, my relatives, everyone. But then it's the technology that just excites me something, because if you see, a technology is what? Technology is a band of services, right? Or a product. But then it is serving a particular target audience, and it is biggest thing is it is solving a burning issue. Just few days back, since we are a community, we are we are here in a podcast. So let me just mention something about a product called Swellcast. I came across it. The founders are in San Francisco, so product from San Francisco. The leader from India reached out to me, Shrija, and we discussed about what the product is, and we figured that I was excited about the product because the product is as a podcast is making a big difference. But then I realized I'm not the target the target speaker for it. So what happened in a few days' time? I came across a very good friend of mine who would be the right fit for that product, and I connected the two. This is what technology to me is. It's inspiring. It is. You have to explore it, right? For me, exploration comes naturally because, yeah, obviously I do. You can say I have a natural bent to it, and at the end of the day, connecting people through it. That brings in the complete meaning to it. So yeah, that keeps me inspired. And even just yesterday, I was exploring another product, and all I had to do was to integrate that product to different platforms. Again, before that, I spent almost one entire day and couple of more days in just coding. I'm not a techie. I'm not an engineer. I do not code. But then I code. I never learned anywhere. I do not have a certification for it. I learned on my own, and I code whenever it needs to. So yeah, it is exciting for me. It is naturally exciting for me. That's it.
Great, ma'am. Like, you can code, but you are not a coder and an engineer. It's like very impressive. So, what are some of the significant challenges you have faced in your career, and how did you have overcome them?
Significant challenges. Okay. Everything is a challenge. Trust me. You cannot single out one thing, right? Every conversation will start with a rejection. You cannot stop at no. The no is the beginning of a sentence. Yes, you have to explore beyond that no. Nobody will give you a plate full of food served to you right on your table in front of you. And that's exactly what the beauty is, because through that exploration, through that journey, you build yourself. You find things about you that not even you knew, probably your parents did not know, right? I could build a career around what my company is. Do you think my parents knew it when I was born, or my teachers knew it when they were teaching me? Yes, they were hopeful about me. They wanted me to work on my strength areas, on my opportunity areas, so that I can grow to be a great human being. But nobody knew what could happen in the future. So, I'm giving you a long answer to a short question, but I think that's about it. That's about it. The challenges will not come dressed in challenge, right? it will always come as a threat. And it is, trust me, it is a big opportunity. Few days back, I can give you an example. We were about to go live with a new product, and the sponsors, the clients to it, suddenly had a different view to it. That could have been the end of the product, but no, it is not. Lot many more things came out of it, because we ended up brainstorming so much that what created as, say, an X revenue for a particular product has become XYZ revenue for that same product. So the challenge is actually your opportunity, given that you have a passion to solve it, given that you push yourself and the drive to go ahead with it. So let me see how far do you go, and how many times are you rejected in a day.
Yes, ma'am. Looking forward to it. Like it is, as you said, everything is a challenge. It's everything starts with listening a no. So I am also very helpful. Thank you for your motivation. Ma'am, my next question to you would be that how do you approach networking and building meaningful connections within your industry? Because at some point, at some and other point of time, networking is something which is very essential in not just in your job, but every profession that we talk about. Every expert even mentions that you should network, and networking is something which is very important. So how do you approach for it? What is it for you?
Okay. I'll share a mantra that works for me. Ideally, networking begins with you or me, right? As an individual, if I want to network, all I would think about is me. That's exactly where the networking ends. The networking begins with the person in front of you. It is always the first person, and that should be so good that it leads to a thread of people of the same vibrations, of the same emotional finding, of the same emotional well-being, of the same passion. Even if they are different, the joining thread should be that strong that one person should lead you to 10, 10 should lead you to 100. Networking is all about the more you have, the more you get, right? But don't get burnt with that thought. Focus on who you have, and that will get you all what you want. So that's all networking is all about. I'll give you an example. I went to LinkedIn one day, and I was checking my messages, and I found an official who reached out to me for offering me a advisory role for railway security board. And that is a board position that comes to very senior people after probably a lot of hard work, or probably to government officials. I'm none of it, right? I know I work hard, but I don't think everybody would think that. But how did that message reach my LinkedIn, right? I did not pay anyone to bring that to me. That's exactly all networking is all about. I'm grateful to God to have those people sent to me who would value me. And when I value someone, they value me back. So yeah, it's divine intervention, definitely. And it's a lot of empathy. It's a lot of being interested in everyone around you, the person around you, everyone around you. Stay focused at it.
Absolutely. As a board advisor for the Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, what opportunities and challenges do you see in promoting business collaborations between these regions?
Okay, Asian African Chamber of Commerce is excellent. I mean, I am all praise about their work. They organize amazing platform to build businesses across geographies, right? Africa is one region which is very rich in natural resources and which is very abundant in business opportunities. But how many of us do actually have a root in Africa? We essentially, when we talk about business expansion, we think about US and UK, or maybe certain parts of mid Asia. But then not everybody would have that kind of a stable connection to expand business in Africa. And this is exactly what Asian African Chamber of Commerce brings in. They bring in such guaranteed and validated business anchors from Africa that it becomes very easy for any entrepreneur to expand their business horizon. I am grateful to see this right? See this entire progress in process. And obviously, since I have been made a part, I love to connect all the businesses that I have known so far, and the kind of doors. I mean, think about it. Uh, how many times do you think of buying a ticket and going to any country in Africa and setting up your business there? Probably on a scale of 1 to 5, probably once or twice, right? But what they will do is, if you reach out to them, they will connect you not just to that zone, right? They will get you a validated connect to an IT park or whatever business ecosystem that you may need. They will connect you to the ambassadors over there. They will connect you to the embassies, the consulates, and the business chambers over there, including a royal family who is the main patron to the chamber. When you have such a strong network, think about the business opportunity that you can create in a rich country like it's a continent, in a rich continent like Africa. So many countries, so many opportunities. I'm grateful to be a part.
Absolutely, ma'am. Last question for the professional journey. What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs and business women based on your personal journey?
Let me think. Advice. When it comes to advices, I'm supposed to give something very witty and nice and interesting, but let me give you something honest. Be comfortable with rejections, first and foremost. Be comfortable with normalize failing. Don't stop at it, but normalize it. When you do that, you actually create the opportunities that are waiting just ahead for you. Be prepared. Be prepared to deal with it. It is your survival skills that will take you ahead more than the investment or the funds that you secure. It is your network. It is the ecosystem that you build around you. Is your survival plan, is your only insurance to your business. If you can focus this way, and biggest thing is, don't expect overnight successes, right? The companies who have gone public were not built over 3 months, 6 months, or an 18 months exit. Keep a window. Be prepared to slog for it. Build a business that will create value. Rest, revenue, profitability, everything will happen on its own. Trust me, it does. It had happened for everybody else. It will happen for you too. That's my advice.
Thank you, ma'am. This was it for the professional journey questions. Now we will start with the second round, which is the personal journey questions. And in that round, my first question would be that what inspired you to pursue your career in HR, community management, and entrepreneurship?
Oh, sweet. Okay. My education was XLRI Jamshedpur and HR and marketing. So I dreamt of being in HR when I was at XLRI. But then there was a presentation and the concept of community was presented there, which I did not really like. My faculty, Dr. Madhukar Shukla, explained it, that I had a discussion with him, and he said that no, communities do not need to be the way you just saw it. You need to build a community. He gave me a revolutionary idea. I loved it. I looked for the product. I found something similar to what not like as interesting as Sir had initially explained. But then, yeah, interestingly, it's quite similar. So I started working on it. So that's exactly where my community building started. But then that's not where it stopped, because when I started building communities, gated communities which are just restricted, sorry, bad weather. I'm so sorry. Community that's just restricted to a platform or just just a membership kind of a forum. I realized that there is a lot more to be done. That's when I met another faculty from XLRI. He's my mentor till date, Dr. Mathaipan. So I had a discussion with him, and he spoke about evangelism. This was the point of time when I just returned from Silicon Valley. So that concept was something which was there in my mind, and I did see it working in Silicon Valley. Yeah, it was very early for us to try in India, but then I had nothing to lose. I was starting starting right from the scratch for a brand new product. I started doing it, and now it's been 150 brands. We are 150 brands old, and a journey that I'm extremely grateful of, I'm extremely proud of. Thank you so much. And obviously, biggest thing is the kind of value that we have created, the kind of success that we have created for our clients, that keeps us going. That's the real revenue.
How did it feel for you, ma'am, to be honored by the Honorable President of India at the Rashtrapati Bhavan? Would you share your experience?
Oh, wow. Tell me something. How many times in a day do you imagine the president of your nation honoring you at the Rashtrapati Bhavan? Do you? You should start. You should start. Trust me.
We should.
Trust me. I believe in daydreaming. I daydream a lot, right? When I was still a MBA student, I used to watch those news channels, right? And I used to see myself on the screen with the mic and giving an interview. Trust me, that happened. With that screen, I would even see those scrollers, the news scrollers running by. Running by the banner, and that's exactly how it happened. It turned out to be. I believe in manifestation. I believe in vision board and all. So, but still, I did not imagine that someday I would receive that. The day it happened, when I was informed, when I received the email, I was stunned, and I didn't say anything. I was just silent, and probably I was crying. My mother saw me, and she said, "What happened? Why are you crying? What are you reading?" She saw it. When she read it, she started screaming, and when she started screaming, I started screaming too. So it was that kind of a moment. I mean, you do not imagine these things to happen to you, and for what? A product that I built from my living room without any investment, and of course, I'm not an engineer, and it's a tech-based product. Do you think this is natural? Do you think this happens to you every day? No. But then that changes your life. That's how your life changes. When we reached the Rashtrapati Bhavan, it was a surreal moment. We did not believe it. I could not believe it. And trust me, I'm not giving you a story, but as I was climbing down the stairs, literally one of my shoe opened and fell. And then somebody came and picked it up for me. So I literally had a Cinderella moment even before entering. But then on a serious note, when the president of your nation tells you that I'm proud of what you have built, I think each time I think of that moment, I'm good to go for the rest of my life. I might never retire. I'm good to work for the rest of my life. I'm that motivated. So it's a huge amount of motivation. It changes your life completely. Yes, since that day, my work that I have been doing have been acknowledged, valued by not just industry. I'm grateful to have received so many national awards, felicitated at so many government forums and industry bodies. And yeah, even if I do not dream, trust me, I cannot dream something as big as this. So, and by God's grace, when it keeps going bigger, it only humbles you even more. It only makes you want to work even more harder, create a lot more for the society.
Absolutely, ma'am. And entire India is proud of you for what you have did. And a lot of youth is being motivated with, our audience is very motivated right now. Even I am very motivated to start dreaming of visiting Rashtrapati Bhavan one day, for sure.
Yes, you should. You must.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, what are your favorite hobbies or activities outside of work that help you unwind and recharge when you're not working? I know you love your work, but yeah.
Okay, if I tell you the truth, you will not believe. I love to cook, right? Whenever I have time, whatever I cook, I love my food. And I do have certain food restrictions. I don't have onion, garlic. I'm vegetarian. I don't have tea, coffee. There was a point of time I couldn't even have salt and sugar. But then through all these restrictions, I even turned vegan for a while. All these restrictions, I unlocked areas in my life I did not know exist. When I turned vegan, my dietitian friend Sonal Mehta, she's an amazing person. I can connect you, all of you, to her. Go connect with her. She literally taught me to make vegan pizza and vegan pasta. I have pictures of vegan pizza on my Instagram. If you can go and see it, It was so yummy. I mean, my friends from San Francisco, they were asking me that, well, we are supposed to be the hip ones, but you are the one who's making vegan pizza. Show us the recipe. So yeah, I mean, cooking for me is absolutely an exploration, absolutely fun, joy, entertainment. I love kitchen. So, and of course, I mean, if it doesn't sound cringeworthy, I love my buddies, and I have a lot of friends who are not even a year old. So yes, you will call them babies, but they are my friends. They probably have just one or two teeth in their mouth, but then they're my friends, and they literally give me a lot of attention and uh, consideration that I require as a human being. So yeah, all those things keep me very busy, very excited about life, and literally refresh me every day. I mean, I go and meet them every day. They're super cute human beings, super cute. Most of them cannot sit on their own. They cannot walk. Walking is far away. Most of them cannot even talk, but then they are highly expressional. They can manipulate you beyond your imagination with their just lower lip rolling. You can pull the entire world down.
Are we about babies here? Like when you say they cannot sit, they cannot talk, but they can influence you.
Trust me. I mean, if I'm holding them and I try to sit on my chair, they will they will give me a stare that I'm going to cry right now. Do you want to sit? I said, no, I don't want to sit. I want to walk around. If I'm walking somewhere and I like the view, and I look at the baby will look at me that, oh, you like the view? Okay, let me cry right now so that you run away from here. And I literally run away from there. They're amazing. I mean, you cannot even you cannot even garner how much of strength do they have in their mind to manipulate people many times their age and their size.
Absolutely. So, ma'am, can you share like a favorite quote or mantra that you, if you have one that resonates with you and keeps you motivated and keep going?
Okay, couple of them, right? The first one that I would want to talk about is again, it's a real experience. This was my first time in XLRI, right? And I realized I was not a cutout, right? I did not fit into that. So I thought of dropping out, and that's the point of time. You remember I mentioned Dr. Mathai Fen, who gave me the idea for Nabomita.com. I said he's my mentor. So that started during my first term. I spoke to him. I went and spoke to him and said, sir, I don't fit in, and I don't know what is waiting for me. Should I give up? I really don't feel up for it. He said that you're too worried about what it is and what will be. And here, I mean, when I saw Kung Fu Panda, I saw Master Rugwe, right, talking to Po under the peach tree, sharing the same message that today is tomorrow was a history. Yesterday was a history. Tomorrow will be a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it is called present. So that is my favorite quote. That literally changed my life. That gives me strength each time I'm too worried about everything. I'm skeptic about everything. I criticize myself a lot. So, and I'm the best naysayer to me. So this is the thought that keeps me going, no matter how many times I pull myself down.
What do you enjoy most about your work and the impact that you are making in your field?
The power to bring in a change to people whom you will never meet, never know, never see. Right? When you build community of millions, do you think you will ever get to meet them? Yesterday, I wrote an article on MSME, right? And that was published on Daily Hunt. That received a huge response. Do you think I will ever get to meet my readers who gave me such a response? Just one of the leader who responded to me, he is a CAG Grade 4 leader, officer. So he wrote to me with great motivating words. I mean, I can sit writing articles all day long after receiving such an appreciation. But all those impressions, right? The million people whom I reach on a daily basis through all my social media channels. Do I imagine I will ever meet them? Do I Will I ever get to meet them? Even if I travel to their home, their city, their place, they might not be available for me. And this is the biggest power I believe I'm, I sense through my work. This is mind blowing. This is super. Okay, my internet. Hello, do you hear me?
You are
Can you hear
audible.
me?
You are very clear. You can
Okay.
continue.
Okay, sorry. I just suddenly showed my internet is unstable. Okay,
No, no, no,
so this
ma'am.
is exactly. Thank you. This is exactly what I think the power lies. This is exactly what I think the strength of my work is. So it keeps me highly motivated. I mean, I'll give you a story, right? My mom, she went to Bangalore, right? And this was a point of time when she was with my sister. There was a gentleman who suddenly came to meet my mom. My mom was taken aback that why did you turn up at my home? He said that I heard you're Nabomita's mother, and this is how many ways she has helped through my career. My mom was in tears because the fellow brought my mom sweets. And my mom called me up and he said that, do you know somebody like this whom you have, whom you have made so many things about? I said that, well, I couldn't identify his name because he used to use an ID, right? When he mentioned that ID, I was taken aback that yes, he is the one. But then that kind of an interaction do not happen every day. I will never get to see or meet the people whom I'm connecting with on a daily basis. But I'm still grateful if I've created a change for them.
Uh, how do you enjoy success in your life, and how has that definition evolved over time for you?
Initially, success is about being so important about everything, right? Privileged, entitled. That's how most of us think success is. But the real definition to success is how many ways can you create a difference for others? When you are acknowledged, when you are successful, how many successful people are you creating around you? And that's my parameter to success. If you are insecure in acknowledging people around you, if you are insecure in bringing up more leaders around you, to me, you are not successful enough. If the number of leaders whom you have created are not being able to create the same number or probably even more leaders around them, then is there some way you can help them? Is there something that you can felicitate? You can build. That's success for me. Success is a part. Success is a opportunity, a blessing by God to bring in, create those things for those people who couldn't do it without you. So it's a blessing. Be a choice of God for that change to be made.
Last but not the least, what advice would you give to young professionals who aspire to achieve success and make a difference in their chosen field?
Okay, just as I said, normalize failure, right? Be very comfortable with rejection. If you have mastered these two, nothing can stop you. Be unstoppable. Learn faster than you are required to learn. Don't worry, you don't need to be perfect. You can be perfect over a period of time, but make sure you're good enough to deliver. That alone will take you far ahead. And be a mutant. Be an entity that cannot be ended, that cannot be burnt. Be a phoenix. And trust me, as you keep creating values, you will find your motivation, you will find your community, you will find your tribe, you will find the people around you. And the ones who stand against you, the ones who fight you, they are building you bigger, stronger, and even more powerful. Grow like that. I know you are young today. That's exactly where your power lies. You have the entire world to you. Wish you all the best. I wait to see your success stories. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was end of our personal questions round as well. Our next round is the rapid fire round where we get involved in a fun rapid fire questions where you have to say the word which comes to your mind in the second, and you do not have to take time to think. You just have to choose and answer as fast as possible. So let's get started. And first would be Facebook or Instagram. What would you prefer?
Insta.
Book or a movie?
Movie.
Movie or a web series?
Web series.
City life or a countryside?
Relation.
Yoga, cardio?
Yoga. And
Paper or digital notes?
digital. Digital. Any day.
Techie you are. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving your valuable time. We are so motivated today and so enlightened with your journey. It was a very fun conversation with you. I hope you enjoyed as well. Thank you so much for taking out your valuable time from your busy schedule and giving that to us. And I'm very sure that our audience would be like very much motivated and delighted with your journey, with this entire conversation we have had today. Thank you so much, ma'am. We are very grateful. Thank you so much.
God bless you. God bless you, Jolly. Be jolly
Thank you
good.
so much.
You're jolly good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Bye
ma'am.
bye. Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am.